rebooking. You're having a confidence crisis with the rebooking conversation. Your treatments are good, they work, but you feel like you want to let people go away and for it to be their choice if they feel better when they come back. But it sounds to me as though you're feeling like you're not allowed to be the authority here and to tell them what you know helps. If we really think about it, regardless of feeling pushy or feeling like you're making someone come in and they don't want to, just take that to one side for a sec and just think, can you categorically say that if someone has a few regular treatments fairly close together, they'll have a better outcome than if they have one and then go away for a year and come back and have another one? Because I can categorically say that for my treatments. Whatever the problem is, if they have more of them, more massages, the better they'll feel. And the quicker they'll feel better. I know that. So that's what I tell them. And I would expect you to know that for your work as well. Now, it might not be the case. Maybe you can just do one and magically everything is sorted and they go away and they never need to come back. And if that's the case, you need to be charging triple your amount because that is like miracle work and amazing. But if not, then you have to think in terms of you're the expert in your job. You know what works best. You're the person that knows what works and why it works. You know bodies. You know how bodies work. You know how the nervous system reacts to massage. You know how the muscles and soft tissue react to massage better than the person. And what happens is the person, yes, will have, they'll go home and hopefully feel a bit better. But what often happens is that lots of things happen actually. One of them is they go home and feel a bit worse for a couple of days and then feel better, but they don't connect it with the treatment because it's 3-4 days after the treatment and they've already forgotten that they had the treatment. So they don't notice that they're feeling better. And if they did, they're not connecting it with the massage. 2 is they go home and they sleep well and they feel nice, but life's busy and they think, oh yes, I'll have another massage at some point. And maybe a few months later, they finally get around to having another one. And it will continue like that forever because they're never given the information that how the body responds to massage and how it's better to keep coming regularly, at least for a certain time period until they're feeling loads better for an extended period. Now, if they're feeling loads better for an extended period and they don't need another massage, that's wonderful. But if they, I had a client say to me just the other day, they've been coming like every 3 or 4 weeks for a year, and they're feeling so much better now. They actually don't need a massage for the reason they came in the first place, but they're still coming because he said to me the other day, now it's just super relaxing and I actually really enjoy it and I want that in my life. So he still has a reason to come over and above the reason he came for in the first place. He's finding new reasons. There's always more you can get from deep relaxation or whatever the work is that you do. So, we're not just about solving a problem in the physical sense either. There's more to it than that. You have to know that what massage does and what tends to be the best way of getting the outcome they want. You need to feel super confident in telling them that, but you're not telling them they have to come back. You're telling them what you know tends to work and giving them the opportunity to rebook if they want to, and not if they don't. If they don't want to, that's absolutely fine. So that's on you to have that conversation, to tell them. It's like they've come with this issue. You're the person that they've come to for help. It's your responsibility to tell them how best your work works. But you have to feel as though that's the truth. And if you don't feel like that's the truth, that's a completely different conversation. Then the other thing about them just being left to think about how they feel is often they don't feel loads better after 1 or 2 or 3. It can be number 4, it can be number 5, it can be number 6. The client I was just telling you about that came for every few weeks for the last year, he started to feel better. He felt more relaxed after the first few, but he was coming for sciatica, and that only started to get better after month 3 or 4. And at that time, it then transpired he'd had a whole load of stuff happening in his life that I think was causing the sciatica that had nothing to do with his physical makeup at the moment and was much more to do with the mental and emotional side. That took ages to come out in the consultation. So this is why I see working with someone over a long term a work in progress. It's not just have a massage, you're done, get out of here, you'll feel better. It's so much more than that. We are working on so many layers over time, peeling things back and allowing the body to respond and react to the work, to the input that we're putting in. So I could go off on about this all day. So all I'd say again is you need to know what will work best and feel absolutely fine in telling them. You're not making them come back. You're just telling them what you know works best. And then understanding that if you leave it to them, they either won't know that they feel better because they haven't had enough yet to feel better. They won't remember they feel better, and they won't get round to rebooking. And all those three things can be dealt with by you in the session saying, right, this is what will work best. So if it's the first time someone comes to me, I give them the rebooking conversation. I say, right, this is what's going on. This is how you're feeling. This is what you told me in the consultation, how you're feeling. This is what I'm kind of seeing and intuitiving in the session. And this is how you tell me you feel now after the end of the session. And based on all of that, based on everything that I can see and feel and what you've said, I would love to see you 3 or 4 times, either weekly or every 10 days, or even every 2 weeks if that's all you can manage. But if we're really wanting to get a handle on this problem, that's what I would like, so that we can start to really get you feeling better. And then I say, oh, what do you think? Would you like that? Do you want to book in another one? I tell them, and then I offer it. And that's it. And they say, oh, I'd like to go home and see how I think. Fine. But at least I've done my part. I've done my job. The rebooking conversation is a biggie because it's so much based on our own mindset and our own sense of worth around what we're giving someone and our understanding of what we're offering someone and how we offer and how important it is for them to be supported and being told how we can support them the best. But you need to believe all of that. If you don't believe it, that's the starting point. That's where you need to look at. Okay, I've gone on for ages about that, but I hope it makes sense to you. Any comments anyone has on this, pop them below. Bye, everyone.